And good evening, everybody, and welcome here to Gateway Motorsports Park as we are getting set for race number 7 of the debut season of the PCSRA Busch Series. Coming off a interesting race at Atlanta last weekend, ready for 20 laps of racing here to cap off the portion of our race weekend, which is the Gateway weekend. We had a very quiet Truck Series race here last night. Was a caution-free race, and of course, the front row ended up finishing 1-2, but the outside pole sitter won. So we'll see what happens here tonight. As Blake Peppers starts on the pole position, Peppers has had anything but a fun season, 29th in the points table. Brad Blackmon is alongside. He is 19th in the points table. Lucas Albon in the 59 in row number 2 comes into this race in the ninth position in the points, and Drake Robertson comes into this race dropping 3 spots down to 28th position in the points. As we're going to show you the rest of the drivers down there. There's last week's winner, Bruno Wood, and we're going to make sure these drivers roll off of the grid. Let's see if we're going to have any issues, though. Looks like nobody's having issues, so that is A plus, if you ask me. Point standings are as follows. M Amirmoez retook the points lead from Azar. It's now 13 points between the two sisters. Malin Lee now third in the standings. 23 points back. 28 back is Jimmy Baker, fourth in the standings. Danny Rant rounds out your top 5, 30 points back. K Langeland is sixth. Justin Huggo, 7th. Landon Chang, 8th. Lucas Albon, 9th. And April Winters dropped 5 spots down to 10th in the standings. Leela Mackay, with her poor result, dropped down to 36th in the points. And she is a total of 16 points back of 25th in the standings. So she needs a good run here tonight to get herself back in the top 25 in points for her win to count for a playoff spot. But here we go, getting ready to go racing here from Gateway Motorsports Park to finish up the Gateway weekend before we head off to Pocono tomorrow for the Winston Cup race. Green flag is in the air. We're underway at Gateway. As they're beating and banging, Drake Robertson's into the wall. Everybody scatters. Drake Robertson's got some right front damage as he made contact with the 87. And look at what's the one car doing on the apron. Good grief. And the caution is out for the first time tonight. So unlike the truck race, we have our first yellow. And who did this involve? Elizabeth Gardner. Bart Simpson involved. That is one thing Bart Simpson didn't need. Bart dropped 7 spots to 14th in the points, and now they're backing up. 35 is in it. Jimmy Baker, that's fourth in points, rather. As everybody's just backed up under the yellow. Looks like 3 cars have damage. Caution's out for the first time here tonight at Gateway. Let's jump back and look at a replay to see what happened to those 3 cars. Looks like Bart Simpson caused this one. He carried way too much speed on the apron. I don't know what on earth he was doing on the apron to begin with. He's then going to clip the 38 of Sally Ford, going to lose control, hits the 35, and there's where the 81 gets involved. 60 also gets a piece of it, right in front of the points leader, Makara. Oh, the 7 got a piece of it. That was Tony Lopez in the 60. And that was Riley Roblier who got a piece of it. The 88 of Lucy Myers involved. And there's Elizabeth Gardner, but good night me. We had a very calm race last night in the Truck Series. Unfortunately, not the case here today. A lot of damage to the Autobahn Ford of Tony Lopez. I don't know if he'll be continuing this race or not, but we'll have to wait and see. So the yellow's out for the first time here tonight. Let's jump back to the restart here at Gateway. Green flag going to come back in the air on lap number 5 of 20. I noticed some skid marks in turn number 1. Wonder if we had a follow-up wreck I was not aware of, but looks like we'll have to figure it out because out of the race is the 10 and the 7, and I'm not entirely sure what happened. I will have to go back and look at a replay to find out why the 10 and the 7 are back behind the wall, because they were not involved in the incident that brought out the yellow, but they're back behind the wall out of the race. Lucas Albon is the leader. Second is Blake Peppers. Third, Drake Robertson. Noah Parker, fourth. Michael Ford is fifth. Brad Blackmon is sixth. Seventh, Darby King. Annika Ricci, eighth. Ninth, April Winters. And Deanna Rant complete the top 10. If we get a caution, we will look back at a replay to find out why the 10 and the 7 are back behind the wall. And then we'll take a look. And then if we do get a yellow, we'll take a look at that. If not, we'll take a look at a replay of that incident before we show you your full finishing results. That is a tough break for Justin Huggo. Came in this race 7th in points. Riley Reblair, 23rd in the points. He didn't need that, so... As Blake Peppers now going for the race lead. Caution's out for the second time tonight. Oh, big wreck! Sally Ford is upside down! Jumiaka's involved. Jimmy Baker, I don't know if he got a piece of it. The points leader, M Amirmoez, involved. Sally Ford was wedged into the safer barrier for some reason. Emily Green is involved. Prudence Martindale's involved. Good night. What is this race becoming to? As the caution's out for the second time today, first let's replay. Let's find out why the 10 and the 7 are back behind the wall. Then we'll take a look at the caution that brought out our second one of the night. So this is the incident I didn't see, as this was back around the first caution. It looks like to me, wow, the 10 just rammed in the back of the 33. And then, oh my God, teammates. Luna Farmer got a piece of it. But where's the 7 in this conversation? There's the 7. Looks like the 7 didn't hit anybody, unless the 7 was involved in the first incident. But I don't understand why he went back behind the wall. Oh, yeah. The 7 hit... Okay, so the 7 hit Bart Simpson. Okay. And then this incident right here with the 10, he just ran over the 33 for really no reason. I'm not sure what that was all about. And by the way, that was coming to the caution. And then he takes out the 57. That's his teammate, believe it or not. So Luna Farmer's not going to be happy with the 10. And Justin Huggo has been called to the hauler after the race. So that explains why both the 7 and the 10 car went back behind the wall, because of the incident under the yellow that was caused by the 10. And now we know why the 7's out of the race, because he was involved in that incident. So that's what happened there. Now let's see what brought out our second caution of the evening. Here's what brought the second yellow out. Luna Farmer makes contact with the 33 of Emily Green. Shot her down into the 38 of Sally Ford. She makes contact, and there's where the 5 goes in the wall. Bam, and wow! I mean, just the 38 launched the 5 right into the 36. Leela Bakai is involved. The one thing she did not need. Bakai got a piece of it. The points leader's all torn up. I believe she's done for the night. Yep, she's done for the night, and that's big because Azar, her sister, and the gal that was trying to run her down for the points lead involved, and I don't see any damage to the Channel Lock Chevrolet, but man, oh man, I hope Sally Ford is okay. That was a violent wreck. And Azar Amirmoez will definitely lose the points lead after tonight's race. So that's what brought out the second caution of the night. Let's jump back to the restart here at Gateway. We'll be taking the green as we will cross the halfway mark of tonight's Busch Series race. Lucas Albon still your race leader. Blake Pepper's second. Drake Robertson in third, as I don't know how bad the damage is on the right front of his 92. Might have a tire of. They might need to bring him to pit road just to be on the safe side. Michael Ford is fourth. Noah Parker fifth. Darby King sixth. Brad Blackmon, is seventh. Eighth is April Winters. Danny Rand ninth, and 10th is Morgan Le Fay. Good run for Morgan Le Fay, by the way. More drivers out of the race, and I have confirmed Justin Huggo is going to the Busch hauler, the big blue truck, since he has been checked and released from the care center. So that would explain why the 10, the 7 were out from the first caution. Drivers out from this yellow are Sally Ford, Chloe Carmichael, Azar Amirmoez, Prudence Martindale. The green flag is back in the air. We're back underway at Gateway, and the 37 of Tico Jumiaka. So the points leader will finish 33rd. Martindale came into this race 21st in the points, so she'll take a hit. Jumiaka came into this race, if I can find Jumiaka, 26th in points. Riley Roblier was 23rd in the points, so big hit for him. Sally Ford, 31st in points. This was not the run she was needed as the yellow's out for the third time tonight, and Chloe Carmichael's dead last in the points. Goodness me, the pace car's got electric fuel. Let's see what brought out this yellow. Is that second in points might be involved Azar Amirmoez. Bart Simpson is involved. Yes, it is second in points involved. Jake Littletown's involved. Oh my. And that's going to change the complexion of the championship wide open there. The yellow's out for the third time tonight. Let's see what happened to the 13. If you're a driver who's inside the top 10 of the points, this is not a good run. Looks like Bart Simpson just ran over Jake Littletown and turns the Keystone Light Dodge in the air, almost in direct of what happened to Sally Ford. Look at that. Look at that, folks. I've never seen that car go up in the air in my life. Collected Tony Lopez and second in points, Azar Amirmoez. Good night. And Jake Littletown somehow, some way drives away like nothing even happened. Good night. Boy, Jake Littletown did not need this. 25th in the points, came in that critical 25th position in the points. Bart Simpson, 14th in the points after he was involved in our first yellow of the evening. And there's the gal that was trying to run down Azar Amirmoez. We might have a new points leader. That's not Amirmoez heading into next week's race at Auto Clubs. The yellow's out for the third time tonight. Let's jump to the restart. When we take the green, it will be 5 laps of racing to go as we'll take the green. Next yellow that comes out after that will end the race. As Albon still leads, Michael Ford second, Darby King third, Blake Peppersfield the fourth, Drake Robertson fifth, Pro Winters sixth, Danny Rand seventh, Noah Parker eighth, Brad Blackmon ninth, easy for me to say, and Morgan Le Fay completes the top 10. More drivers out of the race. Bart Simpson, Lucas Albon, Jake Littletown out of the race. I doubt the 30 is going to be happy about this as far as that's concerned. They joined Prudence Martindale, Azar Amirmoez, Tico Jumiaka, Chloe Carmichael, Sally Ford. Justin Huggo's been called to the blue truck, and the 7 of Riley Roblier, who have already gone behind the wall and out of the race. 5 laps of racing to go. It looks like the 92's damage is really affecting him as he's been dropping like a log. See where Bakai is running. She is running in the. Trying to find the 43. She's 23rd. We're going to have to see where this is going to situate her after tonight's race. Because I had to save something on the points. Here comes Darby King in the 46. Where did she come from? Who was that got sideways? That was, I believe, the 6 of Jay Green, and it was. He almost got sent to the inside wall. Thankfully, he saved it. And we're still green flag racing. Darby King comes into this race running in the 30th position in the points. Has not been a good season for Darby, and I expected a lot more out of her in this series. The good news, she's only 8 points back at 25th in the standings, so she gives Michael Ford a little paint rub. Rubbin's racing, boys and girls. Caution's out! That might be the race! Oh, Darby King tied! Darby King was the leader at the time of the yellow. Malin Lee's involved. That's third in points. That's third in points involved. This championship has taken an absolute shocker tonight. We're going to real quickly jump back, look at a replay to see what happened, then come back to see Darby King win tonight's race here at Gateway. Don't go anywhere, folks. Well, I was not expecting this, as looks like Malin Lee's going to make contact with Bruno Wood. And Bruno Wood's going to send the Taco Bell Chevrolet. Makes contact there, not once. Lee's trying to save it, and I don't know what to say about that, to be honest with you. And around went the 54 and the 8, and they were running like... They weren't running really good at the time of this, and goodness me. Now the big question is, who is even going to be the points leader after tonight's race? Because we've had the top 3 in the championship had troubles tonight. Talk about this championship is going to be an awful shakeup heading into next week at Auto Club. So that's what brought out the 4th and final caution of the night. Let's come back and see Darby King take her first win of the season here at Gateway. White flag was just displayed over the Civil Air Patrol Chevrolet for King Motorsports. Darby King is going to be the victor here tonight at Gateway Motorsports Park in a wreck fest. Second will go to Michael Ford. Blake Peppers third. Fourth, Drake Robertson. Fifth, Morgan Le Fay. Sixth is Noah Parker. Seventh, Diego Marquez. Azar Amirmoez quiet run 8th, April Winters 9th, and Annika Ricci will finish in the 10th position. There's some damage to Lucas Albon's car. Wonder if we had an incident under the yellow flag that I did not see. And if that is indeed the case, somebody's going to be asked to see the Busch Series officials in the hauler. But coming to the checker and yellow flag, Darby King wins the Hy-Vee 250 presented by Gatorade. Or presented by, yeah. The Hy-Vee One Step 250 presented by Gatorade. That's what the race name is called, by the way. First win for Darby King, and has this locked herself a spot into the playoffs? We're going to have to wait and see about that. Michael Ford. So we basically given you the top 10 as we already did. Let's looky here. Leila Bakai 21st. We're going to have to see where this is going to situate her heading into next week's race. If you look on down through the remainder of the finishing results, looks like Malin Lee did take her car behind the wall before this race is over. 28 cars finished the race. Bruno Wood was the last of them. 10 drivers did not finish the race after 4 cautions here tonight. So the points have taken a massive shaking up I don't know who will be the points leader, but we'll have to find out next week at Auto Club Speedway. Tomorrow, we're off to Pocono for the Winston Cup race as they're heading to the Tricky Triangle at Pocono Raceway to finish up this race weekend before we head to Auto Club next week. Hope you'll join us for that. Please give this video a like if you guys enjoyed today's race. Subscribe to become part of the PCSRA crew today. We've shown your full finish results. Your point standings are down in the description heading into next week's race. Until then, I've been Dita signing off. Good night from Gateways. You've been watching yet another broadcast of PCSRA TV where champions are made since 2010 and the best in our racing around the world since 2017.